This is the Success Happy Hour experience with the Drunken Grape. I am your show host, Rob, and we are continuing with the discussion of relocating to Costa Rica with Tammy Lovell and Francois Lanthier, two experts in this field. This is a buzzing topic, and we are actually on site. We're going to jump right into this one. Last week, we covered off the do's and don'ts of the basics of real estate investing and how to relocate to Costa Rica. This time, we're going into a little more specifics and an actual site tour of real estate karaoke. Tammy, how are you? What's going on? I know, karaoke and real estate. It's hilarious.
Hi, Rob. You are certainly getting me to the edge of my comfort level.
Well, that's good. I mean, comfort level is always meant to be broken. You think about it. People who go overseas and abroad or to relocate break their comfort level to begin with. I mean, when I jumped off to work on cruise ships for 9.5 years, I can tell you in the beginning, there was thriving excitement and terrifying fear bundled into one. Just the way it is.
So cool.
Yeah, so give us a little tour. You're on site in Costa Rica. You're in the Guanacaste province, I trust. This is the place I'm actually looking at eventually relocating into. First of all, why would people want to relocate there? I mean, just give us some pointers. I know some of them, but just tell the audience once again the huge benefits of being in Costa Rica.
Number one is the view. So we're going to show you, we're just on a really crazy hill. It's called, what is it called, Tammy?
It's called Cacique.
Yes, so beautiful Cacique, and we're going to be driving down that hill. It's very steep, but you see the ocean and the mountains, and it's gorgeous year-round. So you'll see it's a bit cloudy today, but it's still amazing. Almost 30 degrees at the time of this recording, so it's going to be well worth it.
Obviously, you guys can't drink. I'm having a Nespresso coffee with vodka cream liqueurs. It is November in here. It feels like November today. It's 1 degree without the wind chill factor. It's about -3 with the wind chill. Yeah, it's desolate. Feels like November finally. And this is one of the reasons to skip off, into Costa Rica. You're in the opposite direction. It's 95 Fahrenheit out there right now?
Yeah.
Nice and warm.
It's 30 degrees.
Wow. All right, well, let's check it out. What views do we have? We got to check this out for sure.
Yes. So let me just figure out how to turn the camera around.
That's all right.
Okay.
When you do that, we're going to chat about Costa Rica a bit. Of course, Central America's gem, the Switzerland of Central America. They call them the Ticos. A very highly educated, literate population. I remember back in 1997 looking this up. 93% literacy rates, low crime relative to the rest of Central America, a lot of wealth and abundance, beautiful fauna. Climate is fantastic, low taxes for expats. Look at this drive. Look at that house beside you. Wow. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to come up, but at least we're having the experience firsthand of doing so.
50 Shades of Green.
Yeah.
And look at this.
It's gorgeous.
Ocean.
Wow, and a lot of undeveloped area in there still that could be developed. I mean, you can just see it as you're cruising towards the ocean itself.
There's nice viewpoints.
So what area are we in?
This is Playas del Coco. So we're heading to Las Palmas, which is a very interesting development. So along the road, I mean, there's all kinds of construction. You can see here, there's a new house going up. And again, the views are insane.
It is insane. It's insane. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, they're coming out of the rainy season. They're going into the sunny season or the dry season. This part of Costa Rica, as green as and rich and lush as it is, doesn't get hammered, which with as much intensive rain makes it more ideal to live in. This is just gorgeous. I mean, you're making me envious already. Look at this, just cruising down into gorgeous weather. If you're in the cold part of the world like I am right now, you're envious. You have to go outside in a winter jacket, and you guys are in like tank top, shorts, sandals, t-shirts, air conditioning on, windows down, whatever you want. This is great.
So we're actually in the driest and hottest province of Costa Rica. There are 7 provinces in Costa Rica. This is the province of Guanacaste. It is in the northwest part of the country, and as far as I'm concerned, the best weather. But I'm a little biased, of course, because I do live here and work here.
Well, I think that holds true for most people. Don't like a ton of rain.
No, absolutely. The thing about the rains, though, is, it does rain for a certain number of months each year, but then everything turns so incredibly beautiful and lush. And I wasn't kidding when I said 50 shades of green. It is absolutely gorgeous here.
Yeah, it's and you got to remember, it's something like 0.08% of the world's rainforest yet houses just over 5% of the world's fauna, which that ratio in itself is insane. You see toucans, basilisks, howler monkeys, all sorts of things running and crawling around in Costa Rica while you walk through it. I remember that, and it was one of my favorite parts about Costa Rica, along with how friendly the people are. I mean, that's another reason to locate.
Oh my gosh, the local people are so beautiful and friendly, and everyone gets along with everyone. It's a really, really wonderful place to live.
Yeah, and you're driving in a nice neighborhood right now by the looks of it. I see that, everything's very modern. Yeah. Fire hydrant on the street, modern housing. This looks like this could be South Florida.
Yeah, Las Palmas, gorgeous. And there's some new development happening. So Tammy, maybe you can show us a little bit. There's a beautiful spot called Ocean Villas. There's some nice homes going up. And maybe we can show you a bit about the construction. We're almost there. And you can see the beautiful sights along the way.
Wow.
Yeah, so this road actually drives parallel to the beach, and we'll get to see a little bit of area of the beach once we finish our little tour. This is La Flor de Limon, by the way. So it's right across the road from the beach, and there are some lovely condos in there for sale as well. They make fantastic short-term, long-term vacation rentals.
Cool. Yeah, and you got a plaza you just drive by, so I see that there's an abundance of stores and shops for people.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's really important. I just love how green it is.
So Tammy's great. As she mentioned earlier, getting her out of her comfort zone, big time. Driving and touring while doing a podcast and avoiding all the traffic, but it's really worth it. And for investors, Rob, we've had discussions before as well. It is a safe country to invest here. The banks, I just opened a new bank account at a different bank here, and I saw the money you put in is covered just like in Canada. So it's not perfect, as we know, but I mean, it's still reassuring. There's insurance. It's all legitimate. It's not like some other developing countries. So it is a developing country, but it's got a lot of infrastructure. So I'm just going to turn the camera around to show you.
Sure. Let's check that out. While you're switching that over, I will add, I used to transfer money from Costa Rica. That's the irony that you bring this up. In Punta Arenas, there was a bank, and there probably still is. But in the 90s, I would wire $600, $700, $800 home at a time every month to pay off my student loans.
There you go.
And there was never a fault or a problem in sending money or any reception of it whatsoever. So the banking structure there is actually very sound. So this is a development going up, is it not? This looks like huge developments actually happening near the beach and just near the main town.
It's a development, yes. It's a single-family home, standalone home development. It's called Ocean Villas. There are 18 standalone homes, 2 and 3 bedroom mix. There's actually only one remaining. Yeah.
So who's going to be the lucky person?
Who's going to be the lucky person? And they're priced, a 3 bedroom is roughly around $369,000. And the nice thing is very reasonable. And the developer will actually offer financing. So you can do 50% down, 50% financing over the course of 5 years, 30-year amortization. You're just paying the interest on that. And of course, it's near the beach, and you can walk to all the amenities, the shops, the restaurants, the beach bars, the spas, and fitness, and it's a fantastic place.
Yeah, this looks great for anybody that's into outdoor fitness, especially. I know you're an avid cyclist, Tammy. Saw pictures of your awesome bike in Costa Rica. I'm an avid fitness person. I love things like kayaking, hiking, the zip lining would be really cool. And it's always fun to have access to things like beach bars and some nightlife. Everybody wants that for entertainment too. This has got a comfortable mix of everything without feeling slaughtered by tourism, doesn't it?
That's right. It absolutely does. And, I often tell people that it's a really good place to live what I would consider like an organic life. Yeah.
Yeah. And getting to that, the blue zone, Costa Rica is a blue zone as well. You have a huge concentration of healthy centenarians in Costa Rica, which is a tribute to the climate, the food conditions, the organics within the country itself. Is this also a gated community? I mean, that's looks like you drove through what would have been.
Yeah, so it's a gated community. There will be an electric gate. Everybody gets a fob. Of course, they can, with easy access to and from the property. There's actually going to be a road. I'll just drive down a little bit.
Sure.
However, there will not be any HOA fees. So no homeowner association fees. So the road will go down through here, and it's going to be interlocking brick. And then there will be, six homes on each side, and then 6 homes in the back. It's going to be beautiful. So I have a really great concept video, actually, that if anyone is interested, I can send it to them. And I will post it on my Tammy Sells Costa Rica Facebook
That's
page
awesome.
as well.
We might even be able to share that in the content of the video if it's on a YouTube channel. If you have the video on something like that, we can definitely incorporate the link in that. I mean, Mike's brilliant at videography, and it's easy to actually incorporate a YouTube video, the concept video. We could probably add it in right here at this point. So the viewers, the viewers, grab a drink, sit back, enjoy this tour. Let's continue. This is awesome.
Okay, so
not every one day I get on a call with somebody outside of a studio, cruising in a car in Costa Rica in the Guanacaste province, showing us places to buy. This is awesome.
It's so much fun. Sometimes I'm in the vehicle and I'm listening to music from my home, which is Newfoundland, of course. And I already expressed in the last podcast we did how much I adore where I come from. And I also love the music. So sometimes I'll be in the vehicle listening to the music, and I'll just take a little video, of it looks like a music video. And so I've got some great Newfoundland music happening, and all the sights of Costa Rica. So
this is very, very cool. And the other thing I noted is look at the road conditions that you're on these main roads. They're better than here in Ottawa, Canada. We got potholes everywhere thanks to the failed mayor that's leaving. This looks great.
The infrastructure here is fantastic.
Yeah, and I remember it being so even back 25 years when I first landed in Costa Rica. I see a dive shop there, so if you're into scuba diving, you got to check this out. You're PADI certified, yes. Yes, do you do any diving as well, Tammy?
I do not. I mean, I snorkel, I swim, I paddleboard. Sometimes I fish. I fish home more, but I don't fish a whole lot. But I do not scuba dive.
But for the adventuresome that's there, gotcha. And I mean, something I did in the cruise line industry, we had a diving department on the second ship I ever worked on, and got PADI open water certified. I'm sure I'd have to take a big refresher to get back into it. But for those that are avid, and look at this, we got a pile of other shops, looks like restaurants, a small plaza along here. So there's all sorts of things along here. You can see the infrastructure is quite well developed. Where are we headed to now?
We are headed actually to the site of a new development. Just yesterday, Francois and I did a little video, and we're calling it Ocean View, and we cannot get a last name, so we're asking people if they can send in their ideas. So it's going to be 21 condominiums, all Ocean View condominiums in one tower. It's also going to have its own gym and its own workspace. So, for example, a lot of people, of course, are traveling now, digital nomads and people that work remotely. So instead of, having the opportunity, instead of working out of their condos, they will be able to have office space that they can work at and have meetings and virtual meetings and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and that's cool because the virtual space isn't going anywhere but up, especially when you bridge international business. I know that myself with business. I have clients in the States and in other parts of Canada, or they are from here in Ottawa, but their firm has reps and, employees in other parts of it. Now with the digital nomad experience, and when the cryptocurrency market comes back to boom again, every market hits a slump and then a boom.
So this developed. We are in the back of Los.
All right. Well, looks like we may have lost this part of it on the recording. That's okay. You know what? This is just, it happens sometimes. Looks like they're coming back into it. Here we are quickly getting back. We're going to check out the beach. Sorry we lost you guys. Tammy, Francois Lanthier, big real estate investor. You invest in a lot of places around the globe. Good friend of mine from Ottawa. Tammy Lovell, once again, real estate agent and really a very strong authority in the Costa Rican market. Where are we to close this off quickly? Let's just talk a couple minutes and see where we're at. I see sand, so I'm assuming a beach.
Absolutely,
I see a beach bar.
Absolutely. So we are at a fantastic little beach bar restaurant called Cafe de Playa. And we are on the beach of Playa del Coco.
Let me do a little
cool.
quick.
Let's see the front of the water. Yeah, let's do a panoramic shot of this. And this is all near those developments, which is awesome.
Yes. Yeah, only about 400 meters from the developments that we looked at.
Wow, beautiful. I love the sound of the ocean. And, it's a rustic beach. It's not slammed with tourism, so you have a better local feel. If you're living somewhere, this is much more ideal than I'd imagine being slapsticked into Tamarindo, where it's tourism on steroids compared to here.
I've been here for almost 9 years, and I can honestly say that even during the busiest of seasons like Christmas, Easter, I've never seen the beach crowded.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it that way myself. You want to get out and do something, put the kayak in the water, paddle around, you get the option to do all this.
Absolutely. It's very zen, very beautiful. And people do a lot of activities on the beach, I see people doing yoga, walking their pets, jogging, all sorts of things. And the water is very clear. So you are able to go swimming and kayaking, paddleboarding. A whole array of things that you can do here on the beach.
How's the food there? That looks like a cool restaurant. It reminds me of the one I stumbled into Golfitos in 24 or 5 years ago.
It's delicious. It's really, really good food. So Cafe de Playa and Playas del Coco, you have to check it out, Rob. We'll be here in March. We're hosting an investor retreat, so you should come and serve the wine and beer and enjoy the beach.
I would love to do that.
You should come, and then we can do a podcast from the retreat.
I would love to do that. That's a great idea. So let's talk more about that. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to reach out to Tammy. Tammy Lovell sells CostaRica.com. I believe your email is sammysellscostarica@gmail.com. Francois Lanthier, the Wine and Real Estate Podcast. It's also FrancoisLanthier.com, I believe, is your website too. Is it not, Francois?
Yeah.
Yeah, so two great people. It's cool to see the two of you together. Two separate shows, and now you're together on one show. Yeah, this is awesome. Cheers to you. Cheers to you both. I see that you have drinks. Cheers. Cheers to the audience. I'm going to run.
Canada Dry.
Listen, whatever
Canada Dry.
Sweet. Nice. Whatever you decide to do, both of you, much love. Ladies and gentlemen, have a terrific day. This is Rob, Tammy, Francois. Live from the Drunken Great.